Shawn Karol Sandy, Chief Revenue Officer of the Selling Agency, and I'm here with my friend and fantastic businesswoman, Gina Trimarco, Chief Results Officer at Pivot 10 Results. And Gina just came to Memphis, my hometown, to speak to our NAWBO, National Association of Women Business Owners Group, and did a fantastic job.
Did an amazing job.
It's always great when people yell from the audience before you're even finished, "When are you coming back?"
That was pretty awesome.
That was awesome. So Gina and I met at a conference a couple years ago, or no, last year.
Yeah, it's like forever.
Yeah, it feels like a couple years ago. And we just really have enjoyed talking business together and learning from each other. I think it's really important when you're in business that you seek out people that you can still learn from, because as the person who counsels, advises, coaches, and trains other people, there's always stuff that you have to do. There's always more that you can learn.
Absolutely.
So I've learned a ton from you. The improv factor and how you work with audiences is great, and I've incorporated a lot of that into my coaching and training, and really in order to be able to move people a little bit further along. And now it's time you say something nice about me.
Oh, now it's time for me to say something nice about you. You know what I love about Shawn, as if she's not here, what I love about Shawn, I love how amazing you are at messaging. Like, you can quickly see something that I can't see, and you're like, it's like a 5-second creation of an idea. Like, I take an idea, and you can create a title, a message, who's your audience. You really get boom hard on me.
Selling messages.
Yeah, what are the selling messages, I think, has been really key that I think about with you. And then looking at customer currency, which I think is really important of knowing the context of your buyer.
Yeah.
Truly understanding who you're selling to and what gets them excited versus just going in stagnant with the same pitch.
Right.
Has been cool learning that from you. And the other, social selling. Oh my gosh. She called me out once at a presentation, because now we do some stuff together, about what was my LinkedIn title.
Oh, yeah.
And please do not have your LinkedIn title be your title, because nobody cares. I learned on how to be clear so that when people find me on LinkedIn, they have a clear idea of who I am.
Yeah, LinkedIn in particular, no one says, "Oh gosh, I need an account executive." So we coach salespeople to say, what problems do you solve? That is what you need to have in your LinkedIn title.
Right.
Telling people what you can do for them. Telling people you're an account executive really doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. So that to me, and buying cues. I always hear you in the back of my head, everything about buying cues. Like when someone likes anything that I've published on LinkedIn, or likes anything I've done, or just responded to an email to me, I didn't even think about that. And that's what I learned from you, of what are the buying cues. Yeah,
we want buyers to act and behave in the way we think they should. So, a buying cue is you email me, say you're ready to buy. But there are these little minute buying signals that are triggers that tell us, hey, someone has an interest, pick up the phone and call. Or, someone has read 3 of your blog posts in a row, or they're commenting, what can you do? Because the thing that I think salespeople in particular are really misguided about this, and this goes for business owners too, is we think that people come to the table to purchase. They're going to purchase this big thing. But people actually buy in increments.
Right.
I'm going to buy that I think I like the way you look, and so maybe I might talk to you.
Yep.
I think I buy that I might give you my card and say it's okay for you to call me. I think I buy that I'll take a meeting with you. So we sell to people incrementally, but in order to do that, the flip side of that is to look for those buying signals. We had one here today at lunch. We had everyone at the luncheon stand up and say their name and their business. And one woman said her name and her business name, and it was a nail spa. And when she did, everyone went, ooh. So,
because everybody wants that.
Yeah. Talk about buying signals. Every person in the room is a prospective buyer, because they oohed and ahhed. They want what she has.
Yeah.
So picking up on that, one, it told me that she's in the right place with the right audience.
Yeah.
So she then needs to figure out how to capitalize on that, because those are clear buying signals. And it might be, let me give them my cards, let me ask them about where do they get their nails done, or whatever it is. just listening to those buying signals and working incrementally will move people forward instead of thinking, I have to show up and sell them everything at once.
And even more specifically, you brought this to my attention about being really specific. Being really specific with who do you work with?
Right.
Who do you want your
That was
audience
a tough one for you,
to
wasn't
be?
it?
It was a really tough one for me. I was a little angry with you for like a minute, and I got over it. We were locked in a hotel room, and you're like, no, you will come up with this. But I used it today that I work with high growth companies that are ready to implode and need to get to the next level. And that drew somebody in to ask me more questions. I'm like, oh, this stuff does work.
Exactly.
Sean's smart.
Thanks. Being specific is a competitive advantage. The more specific you can be, the more you segment your audience, the higher the return, the higher people convert. Because, no one really actually loves vanilla ice cream. People accept vanilla ice cream. Vanilla's okay, but people go crazy over, I had this one ice cream one time, it was a Dutch cocoa with white Zinfandel. Oh, it was amazing. You might say, oh, that's disgusting. Well, that's not the ice cream for you.
Really good.
But for some people, that is amazing. So it's those really strong triggers and emotional triggers to something that's really specific versus vague and general that help people understand exactly what you have to offer. And it pre-qualifies people for you, and it brings them much closer, much quicker in your buying their buying process and in your sales process.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm glad you like that.
I have one last note.
Yeah.
Just that you're cool.
Thank you.
And super, you're cool. Super, like you really care. You really care about what you do for your clients. You're really invested in their success, just genuinely and authentically. And I think that's important.
Thank you. Well, from someone who, I say the same thing, from someone who is a coach and a trainer and a pusher. We're both pushers. I mean, our clients, we push them because that is what it takes to succeed in business and life and leadership, is you have to push to overcome the status quo. So thank you. I appreciate you sharing with me today. Again, this is my friend Gina Trimarco with Pivot 10 Results, and I'm Shawn Karol Sandy of the Selling Agency.